Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Guidance to Success, and I am Amit Kumar. Today we are going to learn central problems of economy and the PPC curve. Firstly, why economic problem arises? It is due to resources are limited, wants are unlimited, and resources have alternative uses. So, firstly, scarcity. Scarcity, it means the short supply of resources in relation to the demand. Resources of the economy are scarce, with the result of that the economy can't produce all that the society needs. For example, greater scarcity, higher price. Just like, for example, petrol and diamonds. If lesser scarcity, lesser price, because just like water. So it shows that if any resource is available in a huge amount, then the price of that thing is also very low. But if a resource is available in a limited number, then the price of that will be high. Economies. Economies of resources means that resources are to be used in such a manner that the maximum output is realized per unit of input. It also means optimum utilization of resources. Central problems of economy. The problem of making a choice among alternative uses of resources is known as the basic or central problem of an economy. Generally, these problems are there are many central problems of an economy. For example, what to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce. First, what to produce. What to produce refers to a problem in which decision regarding which goods and services should be produced is to be taken. Since its resources are limited, every economy has to decide what commodity are to be produced and in what quantity. In view of limited resources, when we produce more of a commodity, it means we will be able to produce less of another. Because more production of one commodity would force us to withdraw resources from the production of the other commodity. How to produce? How to produce refers to a problem in which decision regarding which technique of production should be used. For example, there are two techniques of production available to us. First one is labor intensive technique and the second one is capital intensive technique. Under labor intensive technique, more of labor and less of capital per unit of output is used in producing goods and services, while in capital intensive technique, more of the capital and less of the labor per unit of output is used. Now, for whom to produce? For whom to produce refers to a problem in which decision regarding which category of people are going to consume a good, economically poor or rich. As we know, goods and services are produced for those who can purchase them or have the capacity to buy them. Capacity to buy depends upon how income is distributed among the factors of production. The higher the income, the higher will be the capacity to buy, or vice versa. So, this is the problem of distribution. We know that the whole output is distributed among factors of production which have contributed to it. Now, production possibility frontier. Production possibility frontier is a curve which depicts all possible combination of two goods which can be produced with the given resources and technology in an economy. Production possibility frontier is also known as the production possibility curve or transformation curve. The concept of production possibility curve is based on few assumptions, which are: first, the amount of resources in the economy is fixed. Second, the technology is given and unchanged. Third, the resources are efficient and fully employed. And the fourth, all resources are not equally efficient in production of all goods. Now you can see a production possibility frontier schedule, in which you can see that production possibility is shown as A, B, C, D, E and F, and production of rice in lakh tons is shown, and the production of tank in thousands is also shown. It helps us to understand and solve the problem of what to produce in what quantity. Let us, for the sake of simplicity, assume that with the given resources and technology, an economy can produce only two goods, namely rice and tanks, as shown in the production possibility schedule. By plotting the data, we get the following PP curve, as you can see on your screen. In the given diagram, tank is measured on vertical axis, where rice is measured on the horizontal axis. If the economy decides to use all its resources in the production of tanks, OA quantity of tanks will be produced, but rice cannot be produced. On the other hand, if resources are devoted exclusively to the production of rice, OF amount of rice will be produced, but no tanks can be manufactured. These two are extremely possibilities. In between, there are many other possibilities. Another alternative is that the economy devotes a part of its resources to the production of tanks and a part of the production for rice. In that case, there can be different possibilities of production, as is indicated by the point B, C, D, E. By joining points A, B, C, D and F of a curve, we get production possibility curve. Full employment and underemployment production possibility curve. If the points on the PPC curve are drawn inside that curve, then we will say that the resources are underutilized or inefficiently utilized. And if the point is on the curve, it shows the resources are fully and efficiently utilized. If you say that what are the causes of underutilization of resources, then we can say because of the unemployment, the problem of unemployment and the problem of efficiency. Rightward and leftward shift of the PP curve. In the given figure, we can see that commodity Y is shown on the left side and commodity X is shown on the lower side. Now, rightward shift can be seen. When resources increases, production possibility curve shows the combination of two pieces of goods which can be produced by utilizing the resources efficiently, but every economy tries to increase its resources so that more and more goods can be produced. PP curve is based on the assumption that the amount of resources in the economy is fixed. When resources are fixed, one or more goods can be produced only by sacrificing some quantity of the other good. We cannot produce more of both the goods. However, when resources are increased, we can produce more pieces of both the goods. This is an example where resources are increased. That's why the curve has shifted to right side. Then rightward shift when one intercept changes. In the given figure, the following improvement in technology takes place only in one good, that is good X. there is no improvement in the technology of production of good Y. Thus, more quantity of good X can be produced. Production possibility curve PP expands to PP shows economic growth. क्योंकि जो ग्रोथ है वो केवल एक ही गुड की साइड से हमें देखने को मिल रही है, इसीलिए हम कह सकते हैं कि यहाँ पर टेक्नोलॉजिकल इंप्रूवमेंट हुआ है. फिर अगर देन लेफ्टवर्ड शिफ्ट, अगर अब जो आपको डायग्राम शो हो रहा है अगर आप उसमें देखें दैट रिसोर्सेज हैज़ डिक्रीज्ड. व्हेन रिसोर्सेज हैज़ डिक्रीज्ड then you can see that your curve will shift inward, and this is because of reducing the resources. The concept of opportunity. The opportunity cost has occupied a very important place in economics. Modern economics have used the concept of opportunity cost in allocation of resources besides other fields. Opportunity cost means opportunity lost. What is given up for getting something is called the opportunity cost of that thing. For instance, theoretically, if a consumer has to forego 2 cups of tea for getting 1 glass of orange juice, opportunity cost of a glass of orange juice will be 2 cups of tea. कहने का मतलब ये है कि अगर आप एक ग्लास ऑरेंज जूस के लिए अगर आप 2 कप चाय को अगर आप छोड़ देते हैं, इसका मतलब ये है कि आपकी जो अपॉर्चुनिटी कॉस्ट है वो 2 कप चाय की होगी, क्योंकि आपने 2 कप चाय छोड़ दी है 1 ग्लास ऑरेंज का जूस लेने के लिए. मार्जिनल अपॉर्चुनिटी कॉस्ट, इट इज़ एन एडिशन टू अ कॉस्ट इन टर्म्स ऑफ अ नंबर ऑफ यूनिट्स ऑफ अ कमोडिटी सेक्रीफाइस टू प्रोड्यूस 1 additional unit of another commodity. इसका मतलब ये है कि अगर आप अपनी पर यूनिट जो आपकी कंज्यूम करने की जो शक्ति है, अगर आप उसको इन्फ्लुएंस करते हैं पर यूनिट में डिवाइड करते हैं, तो आपको मिल जाएगा मार्जिनल अपॉर्चुनिटी कॉस्ट. मार्जिनल रेट ऑफ ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन is the ratio of number of units of a good X sacrificed to produce 1 additional unit of another commodity. Like marginal rate of transformation of X and Y, X for Y is equals to amount of good Y sacrificed for amount of good X gained is equals to change in Y upon change in X. इसका मतलब ये है कि जो marginal rate of transformation है ये हमें ये शो करता है कि कैसे आपने एक गुड को पाने के लिए एक गुड को खोया है. जैसे कि यहाँ पे आपने अमाउंट ऑफ जो गुड वाई था आपने उसको सेक्रीफाइस किया है, उसको हम ऊपर लिखते हैं, और जो आपने गेन किया है दूसरी कमोडिटी का हम उसको नीचे लिखते हैं. उसके बाद हम जो चेंज है हमें वो मिल जाता है, और इसी को हम कहते हैं चेंज इन वाई अपॉन चेंज इन एक्स. इसको आप मार्जिनल रेट ऑफ ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन कहते हैं. PPC is concave to the point of origin because of increasing marginal opportunity cost. This behavior of the marginal opportunity cost is based on the assumption that all resources are not equally efficient in production of all goods. Rise in opportunity cost occurs when factors like resources which are specialized or more adapted for production of a particular good is properties or characteristics of production possibility curve. Production possibility curve is downward sloping. The downward slope of PPC means that if the country wants to produce more of one good, it has to produce less quantity of other goods. किसी एक गुड्स को पाने के लिए आपको दूसरी गुड्स को सेक्रीफाइस करना पड़ेगा. इस वजह से जो आपका PPC कर्व होता है वो डाउनवर्ड स्लोपिंग होता है. PPC is concave to the point of origin. Concave shape of PPC or production possibility curve implies that slope of the PPC increases. Slope of PPC is defined as the quantity of good Y given up in exchange of addition unit of good X. Slope of production possibility curve निकालने के लिए आपको चेंज इन Y अपॉन चेंज इन X करना पड़ेगा. चेंज इन वाई का मतलब है जो आपने अमाउंट ऑफ गुड वाई को लॉस्ट किया है अमाउंट ऑफ गुड एक्स को गेन करने के लिए, तो आपको स्लोप ऑफ प्रोडक्शन पॉसिबिलिटी कर्व मिल जाएगा. स्लोप ऑफ प्रोडक्शन पॉसिबिलिटी कर्व इज ऑल्सो इक्वल्स टू मार्जिन रेट ऑफ ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन, और that is equals to marginal opportunity cost, MOC. Now other shapes of PPC curve. Marginal opportunity cost decreases. PPC would be convex to the point of origin as shown below. If अगर आपका MOC मार्जिनल अपॉर्चुनिटी कॉस्ट अगर गिर रहा होगा तो जो आपका पीपीसी कर्व होगा वो कॉन्वेक्स टू द पॉइंट ऑफ ओरिजिन हो जाएगा, जैसा कि आपको इस डायग्राम में दिख रहा है. आपके बगल में आपको एक टेबल शोन है. जब आप उसको पॉइंट करेंगे, उस सभी पॉइंट्स को जब आप शो करेंगे एक ग्राफ पे, तो आप देखेंगे कि जो आपका मार्जिनल अपॉर्चुनिटी कॉस्ट है वो गिरता हुआ नज़र आएगा. दैट इज़ क्योंकि आप देख सकते हैं कि आपका जो मार्जिनल जो आपका अपॉर्चुनिटी कॉस्ट था वीट का, वो आपका गिरता चला गया इस वजह से. नाउ अगर आपका मार्जिनल अपॉर्चुनिटी कॉस्ट अगर कांस्टेंट होगा तो आपका प्रोडक्शन पॉसिबिलिटी कर्व वो कैसा बनेगा, वो आपका डाउनवर्ड स्लोपिंग स्ट्रेट लाइन होगा, जस्ट लाइक शोन ऑन योर फिगर. यू कैन सी देयर इज अनदर टेबल इज शोन टू यू in which production possibility combination are shown to you like A, B, C, D, E and F, and wheat is also given 0, wheat's unit is also given 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now you can see that the marginal opportunity cost of wheat, that is constant as 5, so that's why the graph is also very constant and downward sloping. Microeconomics and macroeconomics. Microeconomics studies the behavior of individual economic unit of an economy like household, firm, individual consumer and producer, etc. It means instruments are demand and supply. It is also called price theory. Macroeconomics, it is the part of economic theory which studies the economy as a whole, such as national income, aggregate employment, general price level, aggregate consumption, aggregate investment, etc. It means instruments are aggregate demand and aggregate supply. It is also called the income theory or employment theory.